Hi everyone, welcome to my Program Insights video. Today I'm going to talk about Berio's Sequenza number 8 for solo violin. Sequenza number 8 was composed in 1976 for the violinist Carlo Chiarappa. Sequenza is the name of the set, which consists of 14 different sequenzas for different instruments, solo instruments and voice. So, sequenza is Italian for sequence, which is a very common technique in the 18th and 19th century. So this was a method of ornamenting a melody with the restatement of this motif or a passage from the piece at a different or lower or higher pitch in the same voice. So there's actually a great number of really cool, unorthodox, very interesting features to this piece. For example, the whole piece is built around a tension between the notes A and B. So the note A is being the more central tone, whereas the note B is the more rival tone, which creates more tension. So you can think of it drama between the two opposites, or like a more chaotic order versus more stable and peaceful order of the world. So let me demonstrate for you how these two opposites work together in this piece with some passages from this work. So our piece starts with our central tone note A. So about 5 seconds after the piece starts, we start hearing note B joining note A. Only for one note though. After that one note, it goes back to our central tone, note A. So I think about on the 4th line we start hearing the note B sounding on its own for the first time. So at that point we know the note B is taking over. I'm going to demonstrate this for you. Another interesting technique used in this piece can be seen on pages 8 and 9. Here, violinist is given a lot of instructions from fingerings to positions and even tempo markings. So for example, 3 Ps and 2 Ps and 1 Ps and all that stuff above the staff refers to positions, which positions can be used to play those passages. So then also the numbers below the staff refer to the fingerings that are expected to be used or that should be used to play those passages. But Berio doesn't actually give any kind of notation, so he doesn't actually, he leaves it up to the performer entirely to figure out which notes to play. So I believe this is done on purpose because Berio meticulously includes every single detail prior to this passage. So maybe Berio here wants to demonstrate or depict the other side of the drama, which is the more calculated and less chaotic order of the world. So now let me demonstrate for you a little snippet, a little short passage from this technique. Okay, so now I would like to play those 6 patterns that I mentioned earlier. Berio initially wants the performer to play these patterns in the order from 1 to 6. Then he gives the permission to shuffle around and do whatever we want with the order. But for now, I'm gonna play those patterns for you in the order from 1 to 6. So pattern 1. Pattern 2. Pattern 3. Pattern 4. Pattern 5, and pattern 6. So these were the patterns. So now I can do whatever I want with the order. I can change the order, but I need to remain loyal to those duration markings. And as I mentioned earlier, Berio indicates really clearly how many seconds playing these patterns should take. One of the really cool techniques that I would like to mention in this piece is about the notation and the freedom that gives the performer. So in page 8, Berio presents 6 different patterns and initially gives the performer an order in which these passages, these patterns are expected to be played. But then he leaves this order entirely up to the performer and indicates how many seconds playing these patterns will or should take. So now I would like to demonstrate this technique for you. So, after spending some time learning this piece and reading about it, I'm more and more convinced that the drama in this piece is not only about the chaos or the order, but it actually incorporates the legacy of the past, the chaos of today, and the long-awaited new order of the world in the future. Thank you so much for listening. Goodbye for now.